in the near future. Speaking to our correspondent on this, Mr. Johnson said there is no permanent enemy or friend in politics.
That is a lot of differences. In politics, there's no permanent enemy and there's no permanent friend. So today we may be enemies, tomorrow we may reconcile. That's life after all. I'm just talking like a philosopher to say that time can change anything. Things can change. We may be enemies, the worst enemies today. Tomorrow we may be the best of friends, and that's what life is all about. I will not be able to say there are processes for reconciliation, but everything is in the hands of God.
Yesterday, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nsonwike, ruled out reconciling with Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara in the near future. The minister spoke during a media chat in Abuja.
I'm focused in Abuja. Leave Rivers State. I'm not from where? I'm not from Abuja. I shouldn't go home. I should not oil my political machinery. I'm out of politics. I'm quite a governor. Do you know that every member of Udom's cabinet, people are terrible. They will say, look, yes, the whole cabinet supported you. But there are also those who are not in cabinet that also supported you. So the best bet, take 50%, 50%. So people won't say, what's the wrong in that? So that is control. Face the government now. Face it now. Why are you bothering me?
The minister also admitted that his relationship with former Governor Peter Odili has broken down.
No. As it is today, politically we don't have. We don't work together. Yeah, no, we don't. There could be some political differences. It has nothing to do with the personal thing. No. I see the problem people should know also that some of us we don't need to tell you lies. I don't do this way. And I say in politics, you see, for me, we are finished with this stage. It does not mean that the next stage you'll be in the same camp. No. You took a decision, I took a decision. And it's okay. If this is your own political decision, no problem.
In other news, the country director of Amnesty International, Isa Sanusi, says he believes that the failure of the federal government to reform the police has put too much burden on the army. Mr. Sanusi said this on Nigerian 4FM's Morning Crossfire today.
The military is carrying out internal security operations in at least 32 states right now. And this is really an overwhelming situation. It's quite unacceptable. It's a level of insecurity that deserves an emergency. 32 states out of 36, there are security operations going on dealing with one form of insecurity or the other. So no matter how competent, no matter how equipped, no military ever can be able to handle this kind of overwhelming situation.
Now, on the creation of state police, Mr. Sanusi said Nigeria should move from creating new institutions to strengthening existing institutions.
I believe that the problem is not about creating the police. The problem is about creating institutions that are formed in order to work for the people, not for some. What difference will it make? Who will run better? Is it the same governors who are running the state now, where so many states you go there, people are being kidnapped anyhow, and there are no roads. When it is rainy season, many places you can't even go because there are no roads. So if these are the kind of state governors that will run the state police, I think we may end up regretting if it happens.
Some of the callers on the program also reacted to the call for the establishment of state police.
The question is, the present police here now, how is the training? How do they manage them? None of them are going to be well trained by the federal government. And now you want to give say, please, I want to break Nigeria. We should rise up against this thing. We don't even need it. We shouldn't even deliberate on it. We don't need state police.
It is not as if state police is a bad idea. But for me as an individual, my fear and worry is the governors that are advocating or agitating for state police, are they not also going to abuse or misuse the state police?
Security is good, but trust me, state police will not solve the problem.
Let every state take care of its own correctional center. And you saw the reaction that came from the governor, that they don't have money to take care of correctional, they cannot pay them. Talk less of feeding the inmates. So is it the state police that they can adequately take care of?
As you may know, the federal government and state governments have begun the process of setting up state police. Meanwhile, a former assistant director with the Department of State Services, DSS, Adams Abu, has called on 20 governors yet to support the creation of state police to expedite action. Abu told journalists that the escalating security challenges of banditry and kidnapping in the country demand urgent responses from federal and state government. Moving on, the Rivers State Task Force on Illegal Street Trading and Motor Parks says street trading resurfaced in part of Port Harcourt due to the activities of community youth. The chairman of the task force, Felix Nwadibe, spoke to correspondent Emeka Otokara on this.
My boys have been fighting street traders, but every time we go to a place, definitely some community boys will come that this is their area, is their shopping. So this thing has been giving us challenge. And the only time we normally succeed is if we are going in group. That is to say, the whole task force will move in convoy, go to a place. If we are in convoy at my train, nobody will be at Rumokoro then. So Rumokoro will be doing whatever thing they like. If I am going with the whole team to Rumokoro, my train will be for us. Let them disease. They should assist me from coming to attack that task force whenever they go.
Responding to allegations of extortion by task force officials, Mr. Nwadibe said those caught engaging in such misconduct have been dismissed. He further asked the public not to give money to any task force official but to report any demand for payment.
This monetary issue, go around the street, you will see boys with KK balls. We go there, put on an apron of any color, say they are task force and they are collecting money. These are the people that will extort money from members of the public. And the moment they say task force, it is my task force people they will mention. But there was information that came to me that some of my boys, that was last week, went to POS, collected money from a street trader also. I investigated it and found it to be true. I dismissed 3 of them instantly without any consultation.
Still to come, Minister of Education vows to go after anyone with fake university certificates. Stay with us.
The family of late Honorable Friday Kati Olube of Owinmoy compound of Adama family in Ogoloma, One, Eleme local government area of Rivers
River State Chairman of Government Employed Doctors, Alexander Woke says doctors in River State have been stagnant for the past 8 years. Dr. Woke said this while speaking on Nigeria Info FM's Morning Crossfire. He also claimed that doctors were not given the COVID-19 allowances approved by the federal government.
The stagnation means they have not been promoted. Their welfare had remained as long as you know any doctor or health worker for the past 8 years here in Rivers. Yes, for government work at the state level. In fact, even when remunerations, things are approved, allowances, it doesn't get to us here in Rivers, especially during the COVID. You see that COVID allowances were even dished out to the various states. The health worker, we didn't get those allowances. We were just working, we never got, we were waiting for it to be given to us, but it never got to us.
Now, reacting to complaints of shortage of manpower at the various primary health centers across the state, Dr. Nwoke said the Rivers State Health Management Board, constituted by Governor Fubara, will bring about several changes in the sector.
So it is the coming of those boards that have catalyzed promotions, catalyzed employment, which we are now seeing, and a whole lot of things. And the primary healthcare center, the governor has promised vividly, the primary healthcare will soon receive her own quota.
In other news, the Minister of Education, Tahir Maman, says security agencies will go after individuals with fake university certificates in the country. The minister said this in Abuja yesterday. Recall that the federal government set up an interministerial investigative committee on degree certificate milling to probe the activities of certificate racketeers following an investigative report which exposed the activities of degree mills in the Benin Republic. In business, the Naira continued its appreciation against the US dollar on Tuesday at both official and parallel foreign exchange markets. FMDQ data showed that the Naira appreciated to 1,278 Naira 58 kobo per dollar on Tuesday at the resumption of work after the Easter break, compared to 1,309 Naira 39 kobo last Thursday. In entertainment, the Force Public Relations Officer Olumiyiwa Adejobi says cross-dresser Bobby Risky cannot be arrested because cross-dressing is not yet a punishable offense in Nigeria. Speaking on Channel's television program, the police spokesperson also said there is no evidence that Bobby Risky is part of the LGBTQ community. Adejobi's comment comes after some Nigerians questioned the moral stance of crossdresser Bobby Risky, who was recently named the best female dressed at a movie premiere. In sports, the Court of Arbitration for Sports yesterday threw out an appeal from the International Boxing Association after it was stripped of its right to organize boxing events at the Paris Olympics. The International Olympic Committee withdrew its recognition of boxing's governing body, the IBA, last year due to long-standing concerns over governance issues.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Officials have confirmed that at least 9 people have died while rescuers are searching for more than 100 trapped people after an earthquake struck Taiwan. 5 of the dead, including 3 hikers on a nearby trail, died from falling rocks. That's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. Rivers State Commissioner for Information Joe Johnson has reacted to the FCT minister's media chat. The Minister of Education Tahir Maman has vowed to go after anyone with fake university certificates. Stakeholders have called for a reform of security architecture to tackle insecurity. And on the foreign scene, death toll in Taiwan earthquake has risen to 9. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifichukwu Moyeli. Many thanks for listening.